like, oh, love music, love music. I was into football, Man United, Man United, Man United. Sorry, Liverpool fans, never mind. But I was really heavy into that, and but you know, God had a different thing, had something for me to do, which was in music, you know, and I think that not having it be my first love helps me to be more objective, you know what I'm saying, to be more serious and not be emotional about it as well, you know, and it all started from, I remember when I went to Jamaica when I was about 18, 19, and a guy prophesied, you know when someone prophesies over you and you go, how on earth did you know that, you know, and he prophesied that, you know, I had a calling on my life to do what I do. Ironic, when you see back then what he said, you're like, yeah, right, but when I get to this stage now, you're going, yeah, that was actually fulfilled, you know what I mean, and it's quite scary at times, but also what compelled me as well as a teenager is there was no options, you know, as Donovan can bear witness, there's no options for musicians, for the actual music industry as young men to actually be professionals within the kingdom, yeah, and you know, God really placed in my heart to help to be a catalyst in the industry, that it can become a profession, you know what I mean, and it can be real. You know, I do not want to see young men 20 years later, 30 years later, having to do secular to survive. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Why do we need to do that? You know, unfortunately we do that now because it's never been ready, it's never been right, you know, from when I was younger, it never really worked out, it couldn't work, you know what I mean? I believe, praise God, he's compelled me to really try and develop the industry in my little corner.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. So, how important, I've got two more questions to ask you. How important is music at this generation? And in this answer, you can kind of like talk about the GL Live vision, and this is your fifth one, I believe, you're doing. And I don't know if has anyone been to a GL Live yet? Yeah? How are they? Are they all right?
Great.
Yeah? Say good because, you know, they're promoting. Yeah. Why GL Live? Why Lecrae? Why the big international artists come over to the UK? What's your thinking behind it?
My thinking is to save the lost, to prevent the young people in our churches from going out in the world. You know, in fact, prevention is better than cure. We always hear about this, yeah, but do we so into it? We need to heavily invest into youngsters and say, listen, get to these events, see these relevant acts to the young people, you know, singing and like, you know, I was brought up with Andrew Crouch and all these, you know, big time like singers that will influence me all day long, you know, I mean, Nicholas, you know, Richard Smallwood, you know, never my influence, yeah, I love it all day long, but it actually shows don't mean nothing to no one, you know what I mean, of a certain generation, a certain background, you know, and if we have to utilise, if I have to bring over the truth over to influence them, and also at the same time influence acts that are developing, you know what I mean, who need to understand about servitude and need to understand about discipline as well in ministry, and I think sometimes we have a lot of immature ministers within the genre in this country, yeah, but they're developing, and I think it's good to bring someone who's from a mature industry to come over and influence and actually have time to sit down with these guys and rub shoulders, you know. That's a major influence for me to do GR Lives as well as just seeing a stage show for the youngsters. But for me, when I see 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds enjoying themselves, yeah, that's my job done, man. You know, that they can actually go later on in life and say, you know what, 50 Cent's alright still, you know, but, you know, truth, you know, same music, you know, but it influenced my life, you know what I'm saying, and get these guys to just lock them in.
Thank you very much. Another question, just probably for me personally, because as, you know, in my day job I run a business, and, you know, business is hard, and, you know, you go through your ups and your downs. How has it been for you trying to, so just to make it clear, you've got a magazine that you do, which is the Gospel magazine. You do GL Live, which is the concert, and then you do GL Game, innit? So
Game.
So what's that about young people coming together, playing computer games in a safe environment?
Yeah, another thing, passion of mine is computer games, yeah, you know, my Mega Drive, Master System, Spectrum days, yeah. But also, what sort of games are youngsters playing, yeah? Too often, I've been in the back of church listening to teenagers playing Grand Theft Auto, yeah? Devil May Cry, yeah, Final Fantasy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we leave our children, you know, sorry man, I'm mashing up all the youngsters' lifestyles here, yeah? But, you know, I am not holding no prisoners for someone being a pimp in a game, shooting people in the game, running over people in the game, yeah? People are heavily influenced, and people have done that, influenced by these games. So for me, it's a case of getting an environment that I can connect with youngsters that age and be a beacon to them to say, you know what, so stop playing them games. I mean, but too often in the church we just like computer games, just leave them to do the thing. You know what I'm saying? But no, we need to know what they're doing. Cool.
Thank you for that. Answer the question, though.
Okay, sorry.
Has it been hard?
Yeah, it's of course been hard. It's I think one major thing again in the kingdom is that we don't support each other too well. Yeah, and I think it's hard. It's hard because, you know, I'm trying to not do it as a church, you know, like a church does it, and, you know, and the local brethren. I want to really do it as an interdenominational situation where people can get together from different churches, from different backgrounds, and with unsaved people, and it's been an environment to praise God, and it's very, very hard to develop and create that. And to be honest, it's to build up trust as well. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. Nothing can be done overnight, you know. And for me, it's perseverance, and for being an entrepreneurial person, nothing comes overnight, you know. And a couple of years' time, I look back on, yeah, all that hard work paid off.
That's good. Thank you so much. Is that something that you're going to give away?
Oh yeah, right. I got 2 CDs, and I don't know how Nathan does giveaways here. Yeah.
So all right then, what would your for me? I've spoken to Roger outside of church, and I've invited Roger to my office, and we've had a few meetings. And one of the things that I'm very interested in working with Roger on is actually getting some of the artists, the gospel hip hop artists, onto the street. There's lots of them. There's hundreds of great artists out there, and if you was to do a questionnaire, it'd be sad to know the results that actually not even Christians know about them or even have their albums. So some of the things that me and Roger have been thinking about is how can we get good Christian music out there into schools, into colleges for free, just distributing them out. Obviously you know that I do a distribution company. So we're looking at a way, because there is fantastic gospel music and young people that are not in the church just don't know about it. So that's one of the things we're looking at doing, and that's what's passionate in my heart, because all of my cousins, like when they're in my car, they're like, who's this? You know, this is my Christian. I'm like, yeah, and I just feel like, I feel nice. And I'm like, yeah, this is true when I was 10 up. And it's good. Is there any final words that you would give to the young people who are even thinking of setting up business and music? Just final words, because we're coming to the end of the truth show. But is there anything you'd like to say, please, Roger?
You know, what we like to do is, you know, whatever God places in your heart, no matter how young you are, don't even, listen, I don't come from a big church family or big massive church, you know, with 1,000 people in it, thousands and thousands, you know. I'm just a regular dude from Birmingham, whereby, yeah? and you know, and it's like, for me, it's a case of just, I really am, oh God, you know, just seeing sometimes the influence that I do have, you know, and just trying to keep it humble as possible. And I know, I see where I come from, you know, and I know it's 100% God. So don't let no circumstance, don't let nothing hold you back, no matter how hard it seems. Listen, guys, you gotta work for anything you do in your life. Yeah, anything you do. I've done my degrees, I've done my college, I've done all that. You have to work. You have to get up 9 o'clock to get to work for 9 o'clock. You have to leave, you know what I mean? You have to work for everything. So don't think it'll come easy. But once God's put something in your heart, protect it. Put yourself around the correct company and make sure you're around wise counsel, and then you develop it from there. And from years from now, you'll be shocked to see where you get to.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Moore. Can we make it to the stand, please? Show appreciation. Roger, with the pleasure having you on the